Last time on TurnTables RPG.
The one tie throughout all this is that Ned had bought a book on eBay called The Book of the Evening. That is the spell book that they have been using for the past 6 months to do all these kind of like small things to kind of like test their abilities.
These guys were like becoming things.
They're definitely practicing. The Book of the Evening. It's a book of Egyptian spells that were translated into Latin during Roman times.
And everyone is arriving in the small town of Illbrook, Tennessee. Apparently people have been getting murdered in this small town over the recent 2 weeks. The strange thing is that each victim, no matter how they died or how they were killed, their hearts have gone missing. Then, a few days later, the body always disappears. I mean, the good detective is the one with the footage, so you'll need to speak with him. He's not been as forthcoming as we would like. He's also a skeptic, and so you know how that can be in our line of work.
It seems like we need to give him some proof of the supernatural in order
I
to...
see. So I think that is how Anne would try to help out. She would teleport behind the investigator.
And you do disappear. You do not appear behind anybody that you know.
Oh my gosh.
Instead, you appear in a place that's very dark. It's lit only by what look to be a couple of torches. The smell of death is so strong, you heave. The only thing that you can see, what look to be hieroglyphs on a wall. But you're dragged away before you can really look and see what they are.
Teddy's definitely gonna, you put on his PPE, just take a look at the stab wound.
You're really not getting anything.
Okay.
Because the body is gone.
What?
So I can attune my mind to a monster or minion. I think Apophis would try to tune his mind to the corpse. I think the first question on Apophis's mind is, where is the creature right now?
The creature is below you. The detective is there, and he is currently in a conversation with a short, round man with pencil mustache. I introduce you all to our Honorable Mayor Paul Doyle. The average-looking man extends his hand. He goes, and I'm Herman Powell, his assistant. And he extends his hand to Teddy.
Teddy shakes it. Nice to meet you, Herman.
Anne chants a few words, moves her hands around a little bit, and also puts her hand onto Apophis so that whatever vision she has, Apophis can also see. Information that she gathered in that moment that she was in this strange, dark, stanky place. That is the imagery she's focusing on.
That's good that you bring up the smell. Our vision shifts back to the morgue. 2 people stand surrounded by 6 figures. The figures slowly close in and begin chanting, "She hungers." A poof. Alex and the corporal are gone.
Shouldn't we try to go save Alex?
We don't know where he went.
Right, but I think that we should figure that out.
I agree, which is why I have this, and I pull out the test tube full of goop. I go analyze this. At least can I get maybe a cardinal direction that we could possibly follow?
But we're going to say, yes, you do get a cardinal direction, and it is pointing you toward the courthouse.
Do you think you could hotwire that cop car?
So as you pull up to the courthouse, it's very extravagant, especially compared to the rest of the town. Just outside, there is a large golden scale set atop of a pedestal, and the pedestal reads, "May the scales of justice reveal the truth." Above that is an archway of sorts, and on the archway, of course, it says Paul Doyle Courthouse.
Apophis is going to specifically look at the big golden scale statue.
You reach out. I mean, this is a very large golden statue, and under normal circumstances, no one's going to be able to reach or move it without, assistance. But you aren't a normal circumstance. And you reach up and you pull it to even the scale out, and as you do, you hear an audible click, and then a small little rumble. A hidden door in the back of the pedestal itself opens up. There is one thing. The thing that's causing it to be uneven is in the other one is a gold-plated feather.
Is there any way for me to grab the golden feather, or is that like too high up for my little old man arms?
Yeah, you probably can't get up there. Papa's good.
I reached to grab the feather. and-
Yes. Yes.
It's the strangest thing, though, Apophis. As you touch the feather, it's not a statue of a feather that is gold plated. It is literally a golden feather that is resting in this plate.
Do we pass it off, or is it like don't let the old man have the feather?
And it's like, don't let the old man have the feather.
How
Apophis
could
is
you do
just
this
gonna
to me?
kind of tuck it into, I guess, his human pocket.
Okay, I guess we go in.
I'm going to point to the hieroglyphics and turn to Apophis and just say, I know this sounds stereotypical, but can you read these? Do you know what they say?
No, you don't.
Okay.
You can't read them. But not because they're foreign to you, but because they don't make sense. Noticeably doesn't make sense. Not just that it's some mysterious meaning or something like that. It's just gibberish. Behind you, there is a very loud boom. And the way collapses behind you.
Oh.
As you continue, the hieroglyphs continue on the walls, and you come to a door.
Is it the same door from before? Like kind of iron, tall hieroglyphs?
No, this one is weirdly modern. You can see what else is in there, and that is a bound and gagged. It's Sophia. It's Sophia, everybody. It's Sophia. Sophia is the one who is
Oh,
bound
no.
and gagged in the room.
Oh no! I think Anne would go over to Sophie Barrett and, free her.
The doctor's the other way, she shouts.
Keep
Anne is
going.
going to angel wings to Alex.
You are now facing a door with debris piling up within it. But when you turn around this time, instead of these three being there, you instead see a very familiar looking doctor and a very familiar looking detective.
Alex, what's happening here?
I was dragged here by creatures and the assistant guy, and then the detective, like there was a boom and the detective showed up and he saved me from the creature inside, and now we need to probably go.
I think Anne, realizing that she can't teleport them out, she would still teleport them probably to the rest of the party, because that would give everybody the best chance of survival.
And you come to a very large door. As you turn down that hallway, by the way, Apophis, the hieroglyphs that you can see are understandable now, but all they repeat over and over are "she hungers." Further into the room, there is an altar, and at that altar is kneeling a robed figure holding a wonky-looking dagger in one hand and a heart in the other hand.
Kind of want Chuck to shoot at the one at the altar.
As the bullet slams into it and the heart disappears, you hear an angry, just like, it's not a growl. It's literally just someone going, "Damn it!" And the person turns and the hood falls back, and it is in fact Herman,
Yeah,
the assistant from
Son of a
before.
bitch. Anne wants to try to disarm the man at the altar.
Your whip sings through the air, and it wraps cleanly around the dagger and flies up into the air. You cleanly catch it. In fact, it's like it went straight to you.
She's going to turn around, face this guy at the altar with her blade in hand, and try to stab him through the heart.
The dagger plunges through whatever armor this person was wearing directly into his heart. What you find is a very familiar looking book.
I guess I open it.
It looks familiar. If there were any images, they look the same, but
It ain't familiar.
the language is different. Apophis, are you there?
I am.
When you take a look at it, it's gibberish.
It's a fake?
It's like
What?
he thought he was doing the real thing. I turned to the group and I'm like, yo, I think things just got a little more complicated.